opposition New Patriotic Party is set to open the year with its presidential primaries on January 31 to elect a flag bearer who will lead the party into the 2028 general elections. With fewer than 29 days to the contest, campaign activities among the various aspirants have intensified. Joining us in studio is the Deputy Spokesperson for the Dr Bawumia campaign, Dr Ekua Amoakoh. Happy New Year. Many thanks for joining us.
Many happy returns to you and all your viewers. I think the year is starting well.
It has. So we heard Dr Bawumia's message, and how has that gone down with, your NPP and people in general?
I think generally it's been well received. It's not surprising. It's not a big deviation from his personality. So it's been well received. Just being the statesman that he is, and with the message that he had for Ghanaians, in particular members of the NPP, considering that we, just like you rightfully said, in about 29 or so days, we will be going to the polls to elect our flag bearer. So it was a New Year's message to the people of Ghana, and also a message directed specifically at the party, because we are in very interesting times, and so it is very important that we continue to remind ourselves of the values that make us who we are.
In that New Year message, he acknowledged that there were some gains in the economy, and he thanked President Mahama for that. But then he also said that Ghanaians are in despair. What did he mean by that?
Oh, if you get the context of everything he said, it was in relation to the 24-hour economy. You see, a lot of promises were made with regards to unemployment by the now ruling government. I mean, when they were in opposition, a lot was said about how they were going to they had this maverick solution that was going to turn around the entire Ghanaian economy, which was their 24-hour economy. And the whole year has come and gone, and we haven't heard much about it. In fact, the policy document came, and it was a little bit at variance from what we were told when they were campaigning. And yes, they have a 4-year term, and very interestingly, His Excellency President Mahama this is his last eligible term, so he's not going to be able to contest again. So if your flagship projects and the first year comes and goes and we don't see much of it, and we do believe that Ghanaians gave the NDC the mandate partly because of their 24-hour economy mandates. They were promised that every job would have 3 shifts. 1, 3, 3. Somebody will come in the morning, go. That was the promise. And so we are all eagerly awaiting, because we all wish the best for the country, and we all want to see an end to the unemployment situation
in the country. He also spoke about the type of leader that the NPP should elect, delegates should elect as you go into the election. Is he suggesting that he's the only one among the 5 with integrity?
That I'm not going to try and explain it here, but I think most people who are familiar with all the candidates, or are familiar with the kind of politics that all the candidates, that their style of politics, I mean, it's quite clear that His Excellency Dr Bawumia stands tall when it comes to the matter of integrity. He has been under a micro lens when it comes to Ghanaian politics for over 16 years, starting out as running mate to His Excellency Dr Vice President, and now flag bearer, and now hoping to renew his mandate as flag bearer. So he has been under a microscope, and up until now, nobody has been able to tarnish his reputation with any incidents of corruption. His character has gone down as almost unimpeachable. So it's quite obvious that he stands tall amongst the rest, especially when it comes to the matter of good character and the emotional intelligence that is required to be able to keep a country as interesting as Ghana together, because we are very multi-ethnic, multi-religious, but we live together in great harmony. So when you hear some of the campaign lines or what some of the other candidates have decided to highlight, it's quite disappointing as a member of the party. And so it's very important that we continue to show the Ghanaian people that we're a party of unity. We are a national party, and it's not about division or trying to pick one over the other.
Let's turn our attention to the campaign trail now. Has Dr Bawumia completed his Greater Accra region tour? And then how would you gauge the momentum of the campaign so far?
So for Greater Accra, we have about 4 days left. We took a break from Wednesday. So we'll resume tomorrow with the Okaikwe North, and we'll do Ayawaso, Ekua Amoakoh. We'll be in Accra till Tuesday, so at the end of Tuesday, where we will head back up north to complete the northern region. The reception has truly been very exciting and very comforting for us because, you know, you're on the campaign, you have the momentum, you know, there's this need to be cautiously optimistic, even though everything from the polls and the reception on the ground, everything seems to be positive. An election is an election. But I do think the people of Greater Accra have made it clear because it's not just the reception. We are the last campaign to pass through Greater Accra.
Oh, okay.
And it's very obvious that the electoral area coordinators, what we will call our grassroots, so this is not even the MPs or MCs anymore, because when they come out to endorse, our opponents are quick to be able to spin that and say that you're having those at the top and the grassroots is not behind you. So I think the people in Greater Accra wanted to make it clear that the grassroots of the party is strongly behind His Excellency Dr. Bawumia. So it will surprise you to know that almost every constituency we've been to, the electoral area coordinators together with their constituency executives have come together en bloc to assure His Excellency that they are going to do their best to rally their polling station executives who work directly underneath them to rally their support for him and give him a massive victory come January 31st. So it's been very welcoming. We're extending a lot of gratitude to them for the reception that they've given us these past few days.
Polls suggest that the Greater Accra region will be a major battleground. You've been on the ground. What are you picking up as a team?
I do believe Greater Accra should be better than the last primary. If you look at the results of the last primary, Greater Accra was one of the more closer regions. We won by about 2,000-3,000 votes. Okay. I do believe that from the assurance that they are giving us that they are going to do better, I am going to keep faith with them and take their word for it that they are going to give us a better performance come January 31st.
Okay, you said you have 3 days to go with Greater Accra. From Greater Accra, which other regions are you visiting?
We're doing the northern region, and then we will crown it all in the Ashanti region.
Throughout the campaign, there have been several reports of endorsements of Dr. Bawumia. How is he receiving these, and how important have those endorsements been to his campaign generally?
Well, you know, especially in an internal election, these things mean a lot because everybody that's going to vote for you is probably somebody you know or you might have engaged with. You know, they are all members of the party. They are all part of the party machinery. We work together. So if blocks of them come out openly, knowing that the other candidates are also friends of theirs. They've looked at all of it. They've worked with all of them, and they openly come and endorse you. That they repose a lot of trust in you, and they have faith in your ability to lead the party and indeed the country in the right direction. I think it's very encouraging. It's something that gives His Excellency a lot of comfort to continue to go on and do what he's doing. People even text me and say, it looks like you guys are winning, but you're still doing a lot of work. I'm like, well, that is the beauty of working with there's nothing is left to chance. He's not in the position to take anything for granted. So we are still going to continue to make sure that we reach every party delegate before the 31st
Doc, let me put
election.
you on the spot. If Dr. Bawumia does not win, what does his future look like in terms of his political aspirations and
I think this is one of those questions that when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. But I do believe the NPP is not going to let such a formidable asset pass us by. I do believe the delegates are very circumspect. They know what they want. If anybody was paying attention to our Congress, it would show you that they are not just people that march to drums. They are very discerning people. And I do believe that up till now, they really haven't made a mistake when it comes to selecting a flag bearer for the party. So I do not see 2026 being the time where NPP delegates make a mistake. You have a truly formidable person, a person with a good heart, a person with a kind of character that will be able to lead this country to greater heights. Why somebody you've marketed, why do you put all that aside to now go and test somebody not knowing what the opposition is going to throw at this person now? We were talking about integrity earlier on. See, everything that can be said about him has been said. Most of them have been proven false. Imagine we throw all of that away and now bring another candidate. There's now that you are going to bring the truth, what is not the truth, and all manner of propaganda. Why would we want to put ourselves in that position as an opposition party. It really is neither here nor there. And so I'm very confident that the discerning delegates of the NPP would make the right choice. And so we would not even have to think about, we would not even have to think along those lines.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you one final question. Polls suggest that ChannelOne is in the lead to win. Has it come to your attention as a team? What
I don't know which
are
of the
your thoughts
polls,
about that?
I haven't seen any poll that puts Honorable ChannelOne in the lead.
Oh, Prophecies, pardon me. Prophecies suggest that ChannelOne, you know, 31st night, most of the prophecies were that ChannelOne is winning. Has it come to your notice?
So you
what
see,
are you
usually
saying?
I try to deal with the things that are in the physical realm that I have control
over.
But I have seen a lot of prophecies also for His
Dr.
Excellency.
Bawumia.
Yes, for Dr. Bawumia. I have seen a lot. I mean, just on the lighter side, one of my nurses at work sent me that, oh, I woke up to a message from her this morning saying that, hey, her pastor has said it, so it's happening. So I do believe a lot of genuine prophets have also seen that the victory of His Excellency Dr. Bawumia is on the horizon. So for us, we do the best with what we have and what we can deal with. And so we are doing that and making sure that the good message reaches everybody. And like I was saying, for us, it's not just about going around and having campaigning for flag bearership.
Right.
The party went through something very serious last year. We took a really big fall. So it was very important that we try to build some excitement around the party, try to go around and sort of pat each other on the back to know that we're down, but it's not over. We need to quickly regroup to be able to execute our plan for Ghana. And I think we are doing that. Let me just not take too much of your time, but something really interesting happened in Ablekuma North, where we had the rerun.
Yeah.
That's the last constituency we toured before we took the break. And the chairman came up to say how there was a little division at the top of the constituency between the former MPs here and there. But with the steady hand and, you know, just that statesman-like character of Dr. Bawumia has been able to bring them all together. And so now all former MPs, everybody that has been at the helm of Ablekuma North, even though they couldn't see eye to eye, are seeing eye to eye for the DMB cause. This is the kind of love that we expect, and we are quite happy to see, and we expect that will continue.
All right, Doc. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, let's do some other stories now.